Give it one more minute. You guys good with that?
Yep. Sleepy.
All right.
Okay. Medium simple, and here, carefully. Oh, you're gonna stuck on your fingers.
You had me where she. I was like, hello.
Yep. She was warm and comfy. All right, guys, it's time to return and report. The most important part of real estate is what?
Leads.
Nope. To be successful, the most important part of real estate is
All of it. Show up.
accountability,
Oh, there you go. That's
right? Someone that you can return and report all of your numbers to. So we will begin. We're doing a drawing today. Bradley put something amazing together. Gift cards, deck of cards, all that good stuff. Who completed the state your value UVP worksheet? Don't all jump in at once. Those on Zoom, who did it?
I didn't get any worksheets.
What?
I,
Who is that?
that's Candy.
Kenny, that's on you. I'm kidding.
I know that.
All right, no worksheet. So anybody complete their worksheet? Actually, first and foremost, who has done their 411?
I did.
What?
This is Ron. I did.
Ron. All right, what's the one thing your week that's the most important this week? On your 411.
Okay, so as the weekly activity, I said it would be to do lead generation and prospecting up to 3 hours a day in average this week.
Okay. Let's even dive more specific in that prospecting. How are you gonna prospect and to whom and what source?
Yeah, I went into detail with that. So I put schedule dedicated blocks of time each week, and activities such as cold calling, door knocking, and attending network events. Spending time also on digital marketing efforts to create my pipeline. That's what I have.
Okay, love it. Anyone else want to jump in on the 411 completion? All right, how has anyone completed the Discover Your One Thing or My Purpose packet? So exciting. Don't all jump in at once. All right, how about this one, the big one? Who's added 5 people to their database this week? What?
12 actually.
You've added 12? Good for you. What did you?
Just all. But they're all looking to sell in the next 3 years.
Amazing.
Uh,
What are the 5 things we need to know about our database?
Name, number, and
Name, phone number, address,
email.
email,
Birthday.
birthday, and bonus,
anniversary.
their home anniversary. Why do you think the home anniversary is so important?
So you can congratulate them and build that connection and stay in contact.
Right, and you know how long they've been in the home, and what is the typical lifespan of someone ready to move?
7 to 10 years.
7 to 10 years.
And when the market is hot, 3 to 5.
So, awesome. Great job, 12. Anybody can beat 12? I've added 20 to mine, and I'm not even a real estate agent, right, Bradley? Well, I was once. It was too depressing. You guys, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm kidding, it's amazing. All right, who completed their so 411, Ron, you're the only one that did the 411?
I only did 1 week.
It did 1 week. That's fine. Well, that's like what I like to look at the 411 every week.
That's you.
Yes, every week on your 411, I update it. Meaning I will actually just print off 1 week on my 411. You guys all see this? And so at the end of the week, Friday night or Saturday morning or Sunday, I will actually look through the things that I did really well with and what I need to improve or what I need to enhance to move that monthly goal, which will move the quarterly goal. So it's as long as you did the week, now this upcoming week, you have to have your task list put together. Right? Because you'll hear me say this over and over again in real estate or in any aspect of success. 10% goals. You got to be very clear on your goals. 10% action plan, which is your weekly action plan, and then 80% what? Accountability. Right? So like this Ignite, this is where you return and report on your accountability of how you did. So Ron, so we have 2 people in the drawing. Good with that? Just 2.
Just two. I love it.
Write your name. I'm gonna write Ron, and it's spelled Roughn, right, Ron?
The Utah one.
Like Team Ron?
It's Ron. Yeah. Come on, Bradley. We need your pretty face up here to do this, bro.
Yeah.
I did my 411.
Come on, you gotta come pick the winner, dude, and present the prize.
Yes. Sweet Ari.
Yay.
All right. Every week, we're gonna be doing this, right?
Yep, every week.
The reason why the 411 is so important, because it outlines what you have to do each week. And then you take that specifically and put it in your calendar. Agents are phenomenal at putting things in their calendar. They're not great at actually doing the things in their calendar. So that's why each week you take an inventory when you look and have to change your 411 based upon what you did well or what you didn't do well or what needs to be added to that list. And sometimes your goals change. It's a living organism. You got to treat it that way. Today's Ignite, super exciting. What's one of the best ways to get new leads?
Open house.
Open houses. And who's the master of open houses? Probably the sweetest lady in the office.
Oh, that's right.
Steph, come on up here. Stephanie, come on up here. She goes by Steph by me. She's super cute. Obviously.
I am super cute.
The cutest. All right, so some questions to get before you get started. How long have you been in real estate?
22 years.
22 years. Feels like eternity, right?
Yeah.
22 years. She's been through every market, so she is the master. The down market, a successful COVID market,
Yes.
the high interest rate market.
COVID market was the very best year.
Should have been for
And I coached a bunch of agents through that. So
amazing.
big agents.
Okay. How did you get your first transaction?
My first transaction was I got into business because I had an investor. Nobody's asked me that. That's pretty cool.
Up top.
I like it. Good. Anyway, I had an investor who wanted to buy and do and flip houses. So I had 3 contracts. I got my license.
So what, you didn't prospect this person, you already knew this
I
person.
already knew them.
Oh, wait, so you're saying your SOI is important?
Woo-hoo. Yes,
Why are you adding, you said 5 or no, 12?
about 98% of my business is done by my SOI, just so you know. So I probably get 1 or 2 extra a year, but most of them come. from my
How long were you an
SOI.
agent before that first transaction?
So I got my license on Wednesday in the mail. On Saturday, I wrote up 3 offers.
What?
That's
So-
crazy.
And I got all 3.
And what year was that?
So
All 3.
2000 and,
You capped in 1 weekend, pretty much.
not back then.
We're gonna say it anyway.
So they were $60,000 was our, like, main, like, average price of $60,000 to $90,000.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yep, so it was a few dollars. Now,
Yes.
if you come up to today, we're not finding a house on the market for under 350, and that's really, very rare.
So get into the specifics of your follow-up and how did they know that you sold real estate? What did you do? What did you say?
Well, besides today, I wear my name badge. On my coat and I didn't grab it. So I wear my name badge, talk to everybody, like honestly.
Wait, are you
I'm-
saying you have no fear to talk to people? That's weird.
I know, I am totally just out there.
How much knowledge did your brain contain when you started door knocking, like say?
So what I did is I went into the office that Saturday and I obviously was new. Everybody knew that. And Pound Army just barely retired this year. She said, hey, let me help you. You're new. And I said, do I look that new? And it's me and my investor. And I was like, okay.
You know, I have 3 deals right now.
Yeah, so she's like, okay, here's the drawer. Let's go age me. Here's your drawer. And they were the carbon copies. You had 3 carbon copies. You wrote it out. You gave one to the buyer. You kept one, and then you faxed. Or you went and met with the people to get it signed.
Do you guys know what a fax machine is? I mean, let's be honest.
We had fax the other day, didn't we?
We've asked something.
Yeah,
Wow, to
Yeah.
China?
maybe. It was for my husband, so it could have been.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Okay, so your favorite lead gen source is obviously your SOI.
It's my SOI.
What's your most creative way that you engage with your SOI?
Probably our parties. So
The pajama clothes party?
I know it wasn't that often. That was my first time I ever did a pajama party for closing. Got everyone pajamas. We went and did handstands and. it
I
was
can't
fun.
wear my pajamas, I get arrested, so
Amy,
that's a difference.
yeah, probably. But I bought jammies for it.
Okay. So what are other, so you said parties?
Oh, so our SOI parties, we do 4 times a year. So make sure you get on those because they're super. It's affordable. That's a good word.
Like this pumpkin patch event we have coming up, you should be
Yeah.
inviting your SOI to that specifically. That's the best way to get a cement touch,
Yes.
meaning FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
hugs, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Probably 2 of my biggest lead sources come from a lady I door knocked. And she's like she's my number 1. I've probably done,
She herself or she refers you?
she refers me.
Wow.
So I've sold her house, helped her buy a house, sold that house, got her into another house. And then together they have 13 kids and I've probably done 17 transactions with just the kids.
Oh, wow.
Door knocking one door is
One
provided.
door. Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But that's your SOI, who you know knows 50 people. And so as you
Yeah.
engage and build that relationship and they like you,
and that's not
everyone
her
prefers
family
it.
or her friends, that's just her kids. So, for church and everything else. So I've done a huge amount with her. An old neighbor of mine did a ton with his whole family. And with him personally, I've done 4. And then, my son's best friend's mom has referred me like her. So,
so being proactive and building that relationship provides so much more value than just that.
mhm.
All right, so
And
aside
look
from
at people, that's the other thing, like,
look him in the eye.
don't put your head down. My son told me the other day, he's like, I hate going to Walmart with you, and I'm like, I know, but he's less of a talker as I am. He's like, sometimes you just have to like, put your jacket on, pull your hat down and walk, and I'm like, I would seriously fall.
She would be a nightmare to sit next to on a plane because you're never gonna sleep. She's gonna talk your ear off.
Sleep on the plane
There you
either.
go. Perfect. Amazing. So opening your mouth is effective.
Yes.
All right, so aside from being so successful, bubbly, super cute, and pretty much the greatest age in the office, what sets you apart? Like your branding, what sets you apart from anyone else?
My follow-up, and I come across as welcoming, so. Seriously, when I first got in the business, we were in magazines that we paid for to be in the magazines, and people would say, oh my gosh, you are the sweetest and the cutest just by your picture. So,
Be cute.
be cute.
That doesn't work for someone like me, but whatever. We can-
Cute. You got personality.
Um, The key was follow-up, and you're gonna hear an amazing class on open houses and the specifics, and this is all here for everything. Take a note from the follow-up. Everyone's great at generating a contact and a lead. Can you follow up with them? That is definitely the key. So without further ado, turn the time over to Steph. Big hand, big round of applause, super excited about this.
Me too. Okay, so typically, and I apologize, I had a lot going on today, so I didn't do it today. But usually I put open house signs all the way around the office, have balloons pointed. So, I'm not gonna just tell you what to do, I actually do it. So, anyway, I don't know how to know if you guys have questions on Zoom. So I don't have a chat box, or are you doing that?
Get volume so they can just.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yep,
that
just-
is the volume.
Volume's on.
so just speak up if you have questions. So, yeah. So today's agenda, we're gonna talk about capturing leads. The best practices, prepare, prospect, pursue, recap, and then, daily success for your success. So, first thing you need to do, is like he was just talking about, congratulations, that's awesome, is put everybody you know into your database. They're gonna possibly know at least 2 to 5 other real estate agents. However, you want to be that person that they call before they call anybody else. So, know who you're putting in there, get familiar with them, like, have relationships with them, because they're gonna be the one you wanna be, I always tease, and I don't know if Candy heard this already or not, but I always tease because we had a teacher that had put some stuff on social media that was a little negative. And I said, well, that's okay. I said, I'm her bestie of real estate, so that's okay. So always just be yourself, be fun, energetic. So those were kind of my, what fears do you have or limiting beliefs do you have about? Who's gonna speak up?
Did you say having an open house?
And it's actually enjoyable. But every open houses that I've done, there hasn't been traffic. Now, I take blame in that because I don't prep and I don't door knock.
Oh, okay, we're gonna talk all about that because there's so much. If you can do the prep work, you're gonna have a very successful. And if you don't have a very successful, guess what you can do during that 2 hours? Besides just sit there and have it
Call.
people. Yeah, you can call your friends, your family. I'd say your SOI and just say, hey, guess what? I'm doing an open house over here on 123 Main Street. I would love it if you'd come sit with me. They want to see that house, whether they care if they're moving or not, they want to come and see it. They want to see. So just throwing that out there. The other thing is, so what's another limiting belief you might have?
Not ready.
Not ready? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna teach you how to be ready for your open house. And, yeah.
Nobody's
So,
showing up.
are there any limiting beliefs y'all have online? Miss Candy?
Oh, I said nobody's showing up.
No? Okay. Oh, let's keep on.
She was talking, I don't think we could hear her.
Oh.
Is
how's
my,
it going?
can you hear me?
I don't know.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
Sorry, I don't know what's
As
going
long
on.
as my
I don't know
volume-
if they can hear you in the
Is
office.
your volume up, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's up. It's weird because I can hear everybody else, but you can't hear me.
Is there a way they can put the chat up so that we can just type it in?
I think what they've done in the past is grab that remote right there, turn the TV volume up, and that's the word. Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that. Thanks, hon. All right, can you talk now?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
I said what, if nobody shows up?
No one shows up. That's awesome, because you can get your friends to come. And if no one shows up, it gives you 2 hours of worst case scenario. If you don't do anything, it gives you 2 hours of your own time. Worst case scenario. So. Any other? Come on.
Everybody must be doing them.
Sweet. Okay, well, that's what I want to hear. So maybe I don't feel safe. That could be another one. If you didn't feel safe, the most awesome thing is you can call your lenders, your home inspectors, your home warranty. A lot of the times they'll split the cost with you of getting trees, bring you water, sit with you. Your lenders can pull their information while you're there. And then if nothing else, you have somebody there. Another thing is, as far as feeling safe, open the doors, know your exits, and walk the house, make sure. And if I don't have somebody with me, my husband's on the phone. So you can do whatever you want to do. Another safety thing is, let them know what time you're gonna be there, how long. They might call and check in on you. And I did this with one of my lenders, and our word was pineapple. So if I said, oh, honey, I'm gonna make ham and pineapple tonight, can you grab me the pineapple? I'm okay. If it was not that, he knew that he needed to come. So that was me and my lender's thing. Another thing on safety, I'm just gonna throw this out there, when you're showing houses, you've already had them talk to your lender, you're already, on the rare occasion you go to the house, take a picture of their license plate and send it to your person. Just for safety, we want to be safe. So, ooh, I love this one. How about open houses don't work? That's an awesome one, because I have sold a ton of my open houses, and if I haven't sold it to them that come in, I have their number and I sell them something. So they may come in on that house because they're the neighbor, or they just wanted to see this unique house for a long time. So get their number. I find I've tried both ways. This is the best form. They can't really pretend not to put it on their phone and scan it. So I'll sit there and talk to them while they put their name and number. I'll ask them if it's okay if I give them a follow-up call. Text them before you even leave the house. They're gonna leave. Once they leave, got my little handy dandy popcorn. Always ask them if they'd like, thanks for popping by, take some popcorn. And I like to give that to them on their way out, so you don't have popcorn to clean up. But I also have a thank you card. I write a thank you card for every person who came from my open house. So, and thank them. Well, thank you card, not. So, write them a thank you card. A thank you card goes a really long way. A text message goes a really long way. So,
Write them a thank you card after, because you have their address.
right. Yes, because I asked for your name, address, city, state, zip code, phone number, email, how they heard about the open house. So when you do an open house, you're gonna do a minimum of 10 signs. And I do them. I make sure that we have every direction covered.
10 signs.
At least, minimum. The other thing I'm gonna ask you to please do, and then send a thank you card. I need you guys to go to the door. So when I do my door knocking or my open house, I'm gonna go to the door first when I'm door knocking. And I'm gonna say. Here's our information for our open house. We're gonna do one on Saturday, so you might see a lot of traffic. Is it okay? I'm gonna do it from 10 to 12. Is it okay if I drop a sign off here at 9:30? And I'll pick it back up at 12:30 or as soon as the last person comes up.
It's a good idea.
They say, oh, yes, of course, yeah, that's totally fine. But you're getting permission, and I guess what they get. Well, thank you, Fred. So then you have all their information.
You have the permission, how are you getting their address? Just looking at it when you.
I write it down. Yep.
How,
So, paper, huh?
I'm just wondering, how often do you run into people who are reluctant to give information and how do you deal with that?
Ooh, I love it. Thank you. So, when I door knock, I have their, address. And so then I send them this, but I also invite them to come back to our open house, let them know when it is. And my favorite line is, we're getting ready to sell your neighbor's house. Who do you know would want to be in this neighborhood, or who you'd want to be your neighbor, or who do you not know? That's always a good one too. Who do you want to move out of your neighborhood? You're gonna
How about
find-
at the open house itself?
So you're gonna have a giveaway. So whether it's, actually, I think I have one. I will have either like a $25 gift card to Texas Roadhouse, and I have a paper that is usually right here. Anyway, and I've already printed it. It's really cute. It's all colorful and everything, and it just says, register to win. And everybody wants to win something. I mean, it could seriously be a $10 Starbucks card. They're gonna give you your information. I do have the occasional that they don't give me their information. And, you're gonna call, they're gonna not, but most of the time, hi, I'm Stephanie, thank you, Steps with Keller Williams Realty, thank you so much for coming to the open house. You're holding their hand, they're gonna give you their name. So, and they don't think about, oh, I'm Brittany, so they seriously think, it just comes out because you're already holding their hand. So, yes. Talk about that. Ooh, if I don't have signs yet, what can you do if you don't have signs? Give them from here. Yep, or we have plenty, I'm sure one of the agents will let you borrow theirs. So, yeah, so you can get them off of Amazon too. I actually have the A-frame ones, and so don't go out and spend the money today. Retail had a few, but the A-frame ones, you don't have to worry about trying to stick them in the snow. So nice.
Do you follow a certain script when you door knock?
Yep, I just say, hey, we're gonna be doing an open house down here. And I point to it, because then it takes their mind off.
Mind
of
you, you've
You are a
gotten
salesperson.
500 transactions with door knocking, so it is effective.
It is effective. So I just say, hey, we're selling the house down the street, the Smith house, and I was, letting the neighborhood know we're gonna do an open house, so it could be busy. And who do you know that wants to move into your neighborhood? Because I guarantee I'd rather have my best friend living next door to me than somebody else. So that's my script. And I always get, or not, who do you not want? And I get them to laugh, and they usually are pretty receptive to a conversation. I've only had in 22 years one door that almost got slammed in the face. The wife's like, we don't want any, and the husband's like, excuse me, if she has enough nerve to come and talk to us, we have enough nerve to listen. So anyway, they got into a big fight after that, but he was super nice and they talked to me. So, they said minimum 30 signs is what some of the agents put up. And
I had 12, I now have 11. I lost it somewhere in the canyon. They either got, I was in a town not far from here
Mhm.
and they took them.
Yes, so that's a good, thank you.
Oh,
Some of the cities will not allow them to be up, so just find out, like, if they're gonna take them. Usually, if they're only up for 3 hours, I personally have only had one taken, and, you know, it's okay, it's still brought in directions, so. So mine is, depending on the house, I'm 10 to 15. So, and strategically, like, if you don't have houses to sell yet, ask us agents, we'll let you borrow a house or two to sit in it. It would probably be perfect because we might have something else going. So ask us and somebody in our office will have something. Strategically know where you want to be. Like, which house are you picking? If you don't want to drive to Eden every day, have some Eden. So know which market you want to be in. If you want to be in Magna, then do Magna, like wherever you want to be. And then you want to be somewhere that you can strategically put the signs. So if we're coming from 2 main roads and then we have to go up, print off your map of where all the signs need to go. And if there's 5 ways to get in there, you're gonna put 5 signs up to get in and then mark it all the way from the, because if they see, Dalton's really good at this too. He has his face on his sign. I have my phone number and my name. So they're seeing these signs. Hi, Ann, come on.
But no, I was,
Oh.
no, from open house, I was just.
Hi, Ann.
How you guys?
So they want to, so if they see Stephanie Phipps, Stephanie Phipps, Stephanie Phipps, Stephanie Phipps, they're like, holy cow, we've got to go see this. Like, it's cool, you know? If they only see one sign, you drive right past it. But if you see, and balloons, guys, balloons, go to the dollar store, they're $1.50, go to the dollar store. Don't buy them from Walmart.
50 now, they're not about 25.
Yep, so helium went up, so. Anyway, that's what I do, but the more balloons you can have, is they're gonna see them because of it. So, I also, in front of my house, I have the big banner sign, the flag one, so then people can see it from far away. And I still have, the 2 open houses, I have the banner, and then I have the yard sign where I put the balloons on too. So, who do you do open houses for? That's a great question. That's a good one. So that's one of them. You're gonna do it for the sellers. You're gonna do it for buyers and for the neighbors too. So make sure, you know, you're gonna want to have it for everyone. Jump out of here because my notes are on this. There we go. Okay, so, when you do your open house, to get ready for your open house, the morning of, I always have my tree basket. I have my thank you cards. I do have a little small, one of the title companies gave out there and they have them branded. It's just a little speaker. So that way my phone can stay in my pocket and I put on like calm music. I like country, so I put light country on so you can hear it. It's there, it's quiet, like there's some noise and they don't feel like they're they're not scared because you're a salesperson, I guess where I'm trying to go with that. And then so we want to get as many eyes on that house for the sellers, but then the eyes on the house for you guys, because you guys want the buyers as well. Like the neighborhood, so when you pick that house, you're gonna pick it about a week before. You wanna pick the house and then you want to market it. So in a TCPA manner, you want to make sure you're calling the people that are not on the do not call list. Door knocking as well, I kind of went back and forth on this for a long time. Now I just don't do it, but if they have a no soliciting sign, I don't leave them, even though I'm not asking them to buy the house. But just with the TCPA amount, I decided that it's better, and Sean had told us too that he would rather us not, so, anyway, so just,
Regarding door knob.
yeah, like, just if they have a do not solicit, sign.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you're gonna pick it on like Saturday, Sunday. So Monday, you're gonna start marketing it, you're gonna start calling the neighbors, or you can go door knock, either way is fine. So you want to actually, I do the calls first, I do the door knocking on like Thursday and Friday, because I want to keep fresh in their mind. And then, so know your neighborhood, let's see, we talked about that. Benefits of opening, or of doing the open house. It's just inexpensive to host it. It's just a time investment. Even if the house goes under contract, they still do it because you're gonna get the lead from it. And what happens if they don't get past the due diligence, right? So you still wanna do those. The other thing is real estate pictures. They can be really misleading. So the ones that are on the MLS, you know, they took them with their iPhone, and the toilet seat's out, and the closet is packed, you can't see how big it is. So when people come in and see it for themselves.
What, I find personally
Mhm.
is that I'll look at the MLS and it's beautiful. But then go to the house.
Yep.
So I'm surprised at, you get a professional to do this fabulous, this not so fabulous house.
Mhm.
And they take incredible pictures because they're trained to do that.
Right. And you're gonna find that.
But then some
And-
people come, they'll come and it's not,
But then, if they come, they're more likely to make an offer. So. Even if, so we went, one that I have right now, we went and looked at it, I didn't do the open house, but we went and looked at it. Pictures looked fine, and I got to it, and I'm like, could use a really good deep clean and paint. And that would, the house wouldn't sell on the market for 70-ish days or whatever. So, yeah. So pictures are misleading. Then, so we talked about, you have a lender, have them sit with you because they can capture the leads too. The ones that aren't going to, Bridget, when you said, what do you do? So the ones that aren't, drive me crazy. The ones that aren't,
They're just reluctant to give any information. They're,
so
you know,
if they really want to buy the house, they're gonna give that number to the lender. And then
Gotcha.
just follow up with them until they are a hard no. And usually they're gonna tell you no 4 times before they're gonna tell you yes. So, yeah, so keep, I think, is the magic number 6 to 8. About magic time that you have to keep following up
6 to 8 times. Yeah,
for the. Before you do the open house, set what goals that you want to master or achieve on that. So if you want to get X amount of leads, how are you gonna do that? So know your numbers, you're gonna door knock, you're gonna put it on the social media post, you're gonna do a video when you get there, you're gonna do a video when you leave. You're gonna thank everybody for coming, whether you had people or not. Facebook don't know that. So, use Facebook and Instagram and all that to help you. Questions and conversation icebreakers, like what questions do you have the house, or about the house? You can't walk with everyone. We did one 4 months ago, and I think we had 30 families come through in 2 hours. And we've even had people coming after. And so, you can't walk with everyone, but make sure you make contact, talk to them. Hey, I'll be right with you. Let me just finish up here. You know, go ahead and look around my house. Will you do me a favor? The seller, and this is how I get them to sign. The seller would like just to know who's came through their house. Would you mind signing in? So then we also have that right. So kind of my tips on that. The goal is to get an appointment and set the next appointment with the people. So if they come in, you're getting along with them, everything's going good. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get your information. Is it okay if I call you back? I get done here at 12. I'll be done at about 1. Is that okay? So,
What I have done also is take down information regarding what it's all about, when are they moving?
Yeah.
When do they need to move?
yep, that's a really good question, because are they a looky-loo that we're gonna just keep following up with for 6 months? Or do they need to buy a house in 30 days? You know, when's their lease up? That's a big question, because if their lease is up I had one that was 15 days. I knew I wasn't gonna get them into a house within 15 days, but we started the process immediately. So, they had to move in with their parents for 10. That's fine, and sometimes the lenders can get it done in 2 weeks. So, ask the lender before you put that on the contract. So just prepare a list of questions, you know. The other thing is when you're door knocking, you can ask the people, hey, what is it about this neighborhood you like the best? And they'll tell you, hey, we have a park right around the corner. We have a walking path that goes up to this woods area, or whatever the case may be. They'll tell you what they like about the home and the neighborhood, and they'll also tell you the dislikes. So, and guess what? You're getting a report. So, so the winner, ask the sellers, I actually do, what their favorite thing is about their house. And then we will put, if it's something unique, we'll put a little note up, so they know. Just don't be tacky completely, like do it in a really nice manner. Cause if you go in and you're like, hey, this is the kitchen, really? So, balloons, so the things you're gonna wanna know is that other, houses in the neighborhood, correlate that with the other agent that's down the street. If they have a listing, call them, say, hey, Stacy, I have a house that I'm gonna be holding open on 123 Main Street, and it looks like yours is on 135 Main Street. Do you wanna hold it open with me on Saturday? Then you both are getting traffic. We do that with us.
Yeah, it's your.
Okay, so we also do that. You can, I've seen 2 different ways. You can do this, we do it 1 time a month still, where we do paint the town red, right? So we still get paid. I know we did it a few months ago. But anyway, so we'll just jump on that and all of us will do it from 11 to 1. It's pretty awesome. And then whoever they went to first, then that too, you know, follows up with them. But they may not mesh with me, and they may mesh more with Candy or more with
Just call me Ari.
Ari, okay, so they might mesh well, we'll figure it out. We all have different personalities. So, but then I also had, another one of my friends, actually, she had an agent that was sending her every Thursday, was sending her every house that was gonna be, held open on Saturday. And they're probably never gonna buy a house, but that's their date, so they go every Saturday and look at homes. So know that you're gonna have those. I tried helping them for a really long time. And then I realized that was what they were doing, so I was like, oh, all right, let's do your thing. So if you guys want to put that in your practice, that's an awesome way to stay in with your SOI. Hey, these are the homes that are being held open this weekend. If you or any of your friends know of any, will you let me know? Easy script. Open house sheets. I always have, these are usually colored, but since this was the one on my desk, that's where it was at. I always have the information about the house. I usually do my own, so it doesn't have the sales price, so they have to, ask or whatnot. It also gives you something to talk about. But I didn't have one. When they come in, they're going to sign in. It also has all the information here. I went a little bit overboard. So I figured something really simple. These cost me maybe 5 cents a piece. Pretty much cheaper than a business card. So they'll keep this longer than they're gonna keep a business card. So anyway, I have a lady that does those. If anybody wants her information, I can give that to you. She also makes these cute little signs. Look around, ask your questions, see yourself living in this house, and then fall in love and make an offer. So I have that on the front door. I also have a big welcome sign that she makes as well. And then once we close, I don't say this, but once we close, they get the welcome sign, and then I also, that's branded on the back of it. And then I also give them a blanket, Minky, that's branded. So if that's I don't put that out there, but that's what I get. So, and then a lot of people know that too. And when you take your pictures in front of the door and you're like, hey, we just sold this house. Your pictures have the same sign, and then it has their blanket in most of them. So it's really good strategy, guys, because everybody loves me. And when my husband goes to the door to get some Popeyes, he knows exactly which houses they are because they have this big welcome sign. So been doing that for probably 15, 16 years on that one. So no price per square footage in the area when you're doing an open house. What other homes are on the market? How much time it is to get to. Here we have Hill Air Force Base. We need to know, hey, it's gonna take me 15 minutes in traffic to get up there. Or it's gonna be really cool because you're just gonna jump on the new highway and you're heading down to the airport and you can get there in 30 minutes instead of 45. So know what's around you, know what the time frames are to get to the mall, to get to the school. A lot of people have kids. Know what the school time is. My other favorite, I'm gonna jump ahead for a minute. When you're setting your time of your open house, know what is going on. You're in Weber County, they get out of school at 1:30. Do your open houses, because that's during the winter time. It gets dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock. So do your open house from 1 o'clock to 3:30 when all the moms are driving past it.
Daily or just on Friday?
Wednesday. Yep. I have found that is my best. And we go in, when we're putting our signs out, we've talked to the crossing guards. We've got referrals from them. So they came to our open house. So you never know who you're gonna get. Smile, be nice, friendly, happy. Let's see. Know where Ew, Starbucks too, know where that is. You were saying that, so you wanna know, people like their coffee. Safety is always the most important, we talked about that, a buddy system. There is another agent that will sit in the house with you. You can call pretty much any of the agents and just be like, hey, I'm doing an open house, and I would love to do it with you, and we can work together on any of the leads that we get. Most agents are gonna be like, heck yeah, let's do it. So, but have fun, be careful. Let's see. If you're hosting, they said 2 balloons on all of your signs. That's what the class I had listened to. Using smart plans, your social media, put people on the 8x8 program. And I am not the best for this, but that's why I have Mackenzie. So
I'm still learning command.
yeah, and I had learned it and done it, and then I decided it wasn't my strong suit, so I went ahead and let him take it over. I was like, there you go. So, mindset. What kind of mindset do you need to have?
Positive.
Yeah, because you're getting these people to, one, give you their information, two, you're gonna refer them to a lender, you're gonna refer them to your people, right? Like your inspectors, all of your people. So get that information, or have a good mindset, because if they walk in and you're like, how are you? Had a long night last night, go ahead and look around the house. They're gonna be like, peace out, go back to sleep, So, focus on your success. Remove all of your limiting beliefs. Thing that I've always done, if I have something that doesn't serve me well, I'll write it down and literally toss it and I'll toss it in the bag or toss it in the garbage. So your mindset is everything. That's your key. You're not gonna make it if you don't. So, that's probably the biggest thing I could tell you on that. Then I'm gonna go somewhere else with that. Oh, have a song. So my daughter thought I was the dumbest person, but like I did it throughout her growing up too. And she's been in real estate for 22 years. So when she was 2 years old, she's been in real estate since then. She did it with me. She would go through and be like, hey, Mom, look, there's a crack up there. I'm like, yep. So she got good at it. And so both my kids tell you that anything you have any questions about, because they've been through it. So, I forgot where, yeah, anyway, so, just kind of know that it's just your mindset. Posting online days before the open house is good. Refresh that. So every day it comes up. I know the times when you should put them up is when people are looking. So early in the morning, like work time, so between like 8 and 10, or in the evening, about 5 to 7 is when I've been told those times work the best, because people are scrolling while they're cooking, or so my daughter will not post anything after 7. So she's like, nope, people aren't even gonna see it. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. 93% of buyers find a house through the website. So that if that doesn't tell you to market your SOI through all of your platforms, they do. Again, walk the neighborhood, let people know, make calls, and then ask them what they love about the neighborhood. Door knocking is a really good way to get your name out there, because if you go and door knock, let's say even 40 homes, and I would suggest do minimum 40 around it. So I've been told,
printed 30 flyers.
yeah, that's okay. And so do, for sure do 10 each way on both sides, and then go behind them 2 streets. So that's what I was told. You can do as many as 100, whatever you decide. You can have your lender do one side of the street and you do the other. So, and if you're like, Diana Costa, she would take her kids and put them in the wagon, and she would go door knocking. And she was known with the lady with kids.
I have puppy dogs that need to be walking, and I'm not with them now, and I should
Yeah.
be walking them more, but they're big dogs,
Mhm.
and they're goofy dogs.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that.
So you could be
I
the
might
dog lady that has the goofy
I
dogs.
take individually,
Yeah.
not together.
There you go. Yep, let's see. You've already, I talked about all of that. More listings generates more leads. So if you go out and you get a listing, or you're doing open house on someone else's listing, door knock those neighbors, because guess what? Once one house goes up, there's 3 more in the next 2 months. So you're gonna get them. So if you're farming an area, then you're gonna be seen over and over by those people you're gonna get. So, open houses, it builds trust and rapport. Ask questions. What brought you into the house today? I've seen the same, you know, are you looking for a home, or are you just in the neighborhood and you just wanna know what your home's worth? Because there's another one right there. If they're a neighbor, you just gotta CMA. Not that, right? Have you been looking at other houses? And would you like to know more about the market or the neighborhood? And, what do you like most about this house? And then, may I share that with others? So, be positive, match their energy. That's a really good one, because if I come up to you and I'm like, hey, how's that? You're like, "Oh, fine." Guess what? Okay. Well, awesome. I'm glad you're doing fine. What brought you in? Like, I actually just did not match that energy, but anyway, you get the point. So if I'm too bubbly, they're gonna be like, huh. So then you need to like calm down. The other thing is, if they're standing like that, definitely turn around and stand like that. They could be put one hand down and then bring it back up. They have their legs crossed. Yeah, certainly just cross your legs.
Mirror.
Yeah, mirror. So, let's see, know the days on market in that neighborhood. That's another thing that's a really good one. And then, let's see, you can even go to small businesses in that neighborhood and say, hey, would you be interested in putting together, buy one, get one free cookie if my clients come and say that they just came from the open house and they bring the flyer. And they may be able to do that for you. I've seen a lot of them do. So, you know, work with and then guess what? You just got their business as well. So, you can do a sign-in sheet on your, with the QR code and make that up if you want to. Me personally, I've found that they don't scan it. They pretend they do, but I don't get it. So I like to watch them. Do the 4 questions: who, what, when, why, and where. And then ask for their business. So if you don't ask for their business, you're not gonna get it. So your goals, trying, what, 5 minutes? So, your goals are lead generation. So make calls, go door knocking, get the leads, follow up on them again, I'll open them again. If they don't answer, text them. A lot of people nowadays, is so tech savvy and they won't answer their phone. So text is another great way to get them. So, the other thing is ask them what they want. Because if they are just email, then you have to do their email, because that's how they're gonna respond to you. A lot of the kids, they wanna just text. So, I have a lady, she probably, I'm doing a listing appointment on Monday with her, and her mailbox is full, and she just texts us, hey, sorry, today's not gonna be a good time, can we do it next week? Okay. So, meet your goals. Let them know what you do differently. And then the other agents, text them the same day, thank you for coming in, and send them a card, thank you for coming. Ask for feedback. It's only like a 30-second, hey, how did you like the house? What is it that I could tell the seller to do better at? So, and then how many did you end up with? Keep track of them, because then you know your numbers. And then would you consider, this open house? And then, what changes or improvements okay, so sorry. Would you consider it a success? So ask yourself the questions. Would you consider this house a success for your open house today? And then what would I do different? What if I maybe door knocks? Maybe what if I put it on social media? What if I, Justin did one for me and put it on social media, and yeah, the one in the church. So, and I seen it, liked it, shared it, and you can even ask.
That's how I
People.
roll it.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Fire.
Okay.
Find them. Worked for you, didn't work for me.
But you could have got other ladies
Yeah.
that,
I did do other leads, but
mhm,
it got sold because I shared it.
Yep.
And then that fire saw my message.
yeah,
He messaged me first. And so we.
I shared
he has a
my
whole bunch in that
first
neighborhood, too.
video today. But I'm kind of, well, I'm doing an open house for Sean.
Uh-huh.
And I love the place, and it's got a magical backyard. And so I focused on that, and I showed them all the fruit and the flowers and the trees. But it was really long.
even do, come home for the holidays, cause we're getting ready, just say, we have, come home for the holidays, your dream home awaits you. Because right now people are looking to buy a home so they can have Thanksgiving. Believe it or not, we are a few days from that, and they can have Christmas. And so that, I put that in mind when we get close to it, I put that in all of my listings. So, anyway, or sunset, and coffee, watching the mountains, family parties.
My focus was this huge tree that was in the back, and I said, when this is your home and you plant new grass, it's gonna be soft and shady, and you're gonna wanna be out here reading your book or having your coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, just get them to see themselves having fun there. So, and on that note, any fun? What's your takeaway?
Thanks for the encouragement.
Sweet.
I know how to open up, how to do an open house now,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
all the different techniques.
Sweet. Love it.
One of mine would just be asking other agents to host an open house for them.
Yeah.
If you don't have any appointments or any appointments, that might be a good way to get experience.
Exactly.
Just talking to people and
Mhm.
connecting.
And you're getting leads, and then you're gonna turn those leads. So, and you're gonna what? What?
Yep.
I keep calling, put them on your 8x8 Avatrip system. It's not rocket science, we make it hard. So, with that being said, Justin's gonna do the next part. He's awesome. I've known him. He's been a realtor for, I know, I don't know.
2003.
Oh. So,
Well, not a real divorce, but, did mortgages, construction, mortgages. and,
if you ever wanna listen to somebody that freaking knows this stuff, he's the guy. He's the guy. So what got you into real estate?
What got me mortgages or selling real estate?
Let's do mortgages first.
My boss was recruited and then he called me and he's like, I know what you make. So come over here. And I was like, I don't know anything about that. He's like, the base is more than you make. Even if you don't sell. And then I switched to mortgages or to real estate because everyone kept saying, like, lower your fees and lower your fees. And it looks so pretty that you just got 3% all the time.
Yeah.
And so then I came over here. That was bad.
So tell us just a little bit about you.
How many people are on?
I'm so qualified.
I'm Justin. I have a 16-year-old kid. Bless his heart most of the time.
I had you as a dad, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I think most of the time I do the job.
You do.
Single dad.
And he crushes it, by the way.
I got into rentals. So I have quite a few rentals that I modeled and left out. And I'm tired because I just sold a house in George.
Another contract,
Hopefully it'll go.
that was a great
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, went down on Tuesday, showed house Tuesday night, Wednesday came back. So hopefully it's worth the gas and hotel.
It's totally worth it. So,
How do I work any of this? You know?
no, I've never worked it.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Did you flip through your thing?
I have it on my iPad.
Bradley gone.
You didn't go through any of this?
In my head, and on my iPad I did.
Alright, everyone like record this.
Sorry, love.
This is what you're supposed to learn.
Oh,
Positive.
if you have questions, let me know.
You want the slides that you were supposed to.
I talk better just talking.
This is. I wanna make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do.
I
See,
did, I used my own slides.
well, I don't have any slides. I don't have any slides. Are you staying or leaving?
I'm staying.
Oh.
I'm
I was gonna ask them if they had good or bad things to say about
Oh, yeah, do.
this.
You did a fabulous job.
Yay! I was gonna say everybody's so quiet. I love it, thank you.
Is Tim still here with me?
No, he had to, leave at 6:15.
Don't get it. Mhm.
Oh, the other thing it was put,
Boom.
anyway.
Anybody have questions about social media? Who's on social media?
I am
Her time's up.
My time's up.
the keychain.
Oh. I will give that to you.
I can want to do it here.
It's better to be in the center so that they can see it. Okay, we're,
I'm gonna like, look at this, I don't know. What did you like look on?
I had it on my, I downloaded it and took notes on my iPad. So all of the slides are on my iPad.
I don't think I helped them.
It probably, hey, my bubbliness and the so cute helped it.
Oh, I know. It'd be hard to match stuff. If you can't, that's what I took out of your, is to match your energy, that would be hard.
I think you did a pretty bang up job.
social media, so I am big on Facebook. I was big on Facebook before I got into realty. And then now I'm on Facebook, now I'm on Instagram, now I'm on all of these things. I can't keep organization. It's just, it's there and I'm kind of interacting with it. I can't organize it.
What do you mean ordinary?
I have difficulty recalling what I'm doing with each individual, but are they all connected as a matter of fact? And Jen said, well, if you're gonna post on Facebook, they're not gonna want you to post on Instagram, but they're both saying, do you want to post on this also?
So, yeah, I think I struggle with that, right? Like, can everybody hear me online? Can they chat?
They can just talk. If they just unmute themselves, they just talk. You can hear.
We already lost somebody.
Oh, man.
I can
Well,
hear
we
you.
won't lose Candy. Right, Candy?
She's just gonna leave her computer on. along
Here.
the way.
So she's,
Oh, so she's on drugs, got it. No, free handing me that.
I just had surgery.
Yeah, see? Just leave it on so I don't, my confidence doesn't go down.
Okay.
sorry.
Click on. Yeah, so a couple things that I would think about is I would have a written plan of what you want to do. So, you could Google and say, write me 30 days of social media posts for a real estate agent. You go to ChatGPT and have them write something. But as far as like what to post on what platform, different platforms have different audiences. Facebook is somebody that's my age or older, like 35, I'm not 45, but like 35 and older is typically on Facebook. The younger kids are like probably 40 to 25 are on Instagram, and then you know the 18, even the younger kids, TikTok. So what's your, who are you targeting, I guess? And YouTube's a great one. But I would say, who's my ideal client? And I would focus your main content there. And then you can have it syndicated, meaning you could post the same thing on the other platforms. But I would say, this is my main, like Facebook is my main thing. I like message people and thing on Facebook. So, and that's the client that I want, because I want someone a little older. Obviously, I'll still help a first-time home buyer, but I want someone that's had one or two houses. They want to sell their, you know, and it's a different price point. First-time home buyer, 300, second, third.
And even at our age, you, of course, I'm age, so even at our age, people from high school are still using me to sell their house, and same with him, so.
Yeah, Facebook is great to, we're going on script, but Facebook's great because you can make groups of friends. You can, so like, I have 5,000 friends on my personal, and I have more on my business page, but you could make a list of top 100 people, and so, or top 50 people, and so anytime, what's your name?
Ari.
Ari, anytime Ari posts something, and I'm connected to her, I would like it, I would comment, and I wouldn't see everybody else, I would just click on, I want Ari's Facebook friend group. And so I'd have certain people in that group that I could just go through and like those 50 people and really dial into these people.
For connections.
Yeah,
For connections to widen your.
deepen, I would say it's deepen. I think social media is this mass thing. But Gidget, if I want to get to know you, I message you, talk, let's go to coffee, let's come to my event. That's how I get most of my people, is they come to my event. So I sold a house to this couple, it's probably been 7 years, and they've been coming to my event, and they always say, oh yeah, we'll refer you, and I'm like, any day now. Well, they just gave me a client, 600 and something thousand for this house, and it was like, there you go, it was not a,
Really.
well, and it was not like they're interviewing other people. They said, Ari's my person, she'll take care of it. So, did that answer your question? What did I not answer?
No. I can't tell you that right now because I have to be sitting in front of and I just have to organize it. You guys what I'm doing.
What's your name?
Caleb.
Cool. I know everybody in the. Are you guys on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat?
Yeah. The first.
Sort of.
Not really. Actually, right before I started considering real estate, I like went through all my social media and like purged it all. And I haven't been on Instagram, Facebook, anything for like months, which is kind of unfortunate because now that I'm in here, it's like I rebuild that back up. We'll see how that goes.
Start with today and just make it.
Yeah,
How do you even build your social?
that's what I was just thinking about.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go down that topic. So I would get Instagram and Facebook, they're the two biggest. Posts, so if you're like, I don't know, to do here, just post the same on both of them. That's what I do, even though ideally. I should post more, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure that on Facebook and Instagram, you can merge the two of them so that when you post on one, it will just post on the other.
Yeah, you can merge the messages if you want, so if one person. If Seth messaging me on Instagram and you message me on Facebook, it can go in the same message chat as well. So there's a lot of things, if that's how you want to do it. I actually don't like that. I want it to be separate because I want to know where it came from. So, how do we build your social media, right? I would get a bit personal Facebook, and I would create a business Facebook account, like a professional Facebook account. And the reason is that if you want to run ads or you exceed, like there's 6,500 on my professional page, I think, but your personal page is limited to 5,000. So you can build a bigger audience on a professional page than you can on a personal page.
And on the business page. I'm not doing a lot of business posts. Because I'm not familiar yet with what I should post business wise.
Yeah.
You know, and when I forgot about when I first started my personal account, it's been years. I start this business account and there's all of these things coming up that I would have nothing to do with, so I had to change it. The posts that were coming up, it was an automatic, it just seemed that the feed was continuous, but it was nothing that I personally would have done, so I had to correct it. Okay,
It was automatically posting for you?
just the feed.
That's because you clicked on what you're, so. All right. Do not look at your feed, like write that down, like seriously, do not scroll. Don't think that you're like, hey, I'm gonna come work on Facebook and then you'll just be like this. An hour goes by and you like Steph's post and she has a cute dog. But did you get anything done? No. So if you wanna scroll at night, when you wanna scroll. Don't call that work. Because you'll get lost in this.
Yeah, and that's.
So
not-
be very
Set
intentional.
the timer.
Yeah, and I'm very intentional when I get in social media, I say, okay, here's the things I'm gonna do. On Facebook, I'm gonna message everyone that's their birthday. And I have this system, right? So I'm not even looking on the feed. I'm going into my friend group and saying, you know. So let's talk about how to build your social media. So I make Instagram, Facebook, and I create a professional page. Those are the three things that I would do, number one. Then I would start posting regularly, which means 3 to 5 times a day or a week.
Posting what? Okay.
It depends. If you're on your business platform, it's gonna be more business than it is personal. If you're in a personal, it should be more personal than it's business. So I would say like 70% personal on your personal page and 20-30% business. Now, if you're on your business page, it's 70% business and 30%. Stories are great to build an audience because I can watch you and get to know you, and they say that you should post multiple stories a day. What I would say is be consistent. That's the hardest thing. So don't say, I'm gonna post 5 times a week when you haven't posted for a month, right? So say I'm gonna post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's my goal. And then, so Kayla, when you were saying, hey, I just purged all these people. I was, believe it or not, Steph, I was married at one time, I believe. a long time. She was very concerned who I was friends with. So I get divorced, had a very, very small, like 500 friends. Like you can get 500 friends. Just by like turning it on while you're in high school, especially if you guys are younger people. So what I did is I made it very intentional when I came in. And I said, what am I interested in? Because that's who those are my people. So I went to Weaver State. So you can go on Facebook and say, who's checked in Weaver State? And I would see if we had mutual friends. And I like Slackwater. Who's checked in Slackwater. See? And then we can talk, okay, what's your favorite thing there?
Hot honey DP.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just so simple. And pepperoni, the honey, I don't know what it is. I've tried. Every time I go there, I get 2 pizzas. My girlfriend and I usually go. She always takes the hot honey and I'll try the new one. And every single time I wish I got the hot honey.
Yeah, you can send it back.
Did not know that. Well, I'm not disappointed with it, right?
No,
Like,
you
it's
just-
great.
They do say, like, so when the waiter comes over, say, hey, my friend said, if I try new pizza and don't like it, I can send it back.
Really?
And
Interesting.
they'll be like, cool, let's do it. And this is why you friend somebody that is similar, because I like the Southern Comfort calzone, and now they changed it to chicken.
Same.
They changed the chicken to sweet pork, but I just found out you can still get sweet pork, so like all these things, but now we can connect over this, right, and have a conversation. But so I would go and say, who's been to Weaver State? Who's been to Slackwater? Who's been to Daily Rise? And I would just search things that like I'm interested in and friend request people that we might have mutual friends, right? So if me and Steph have 50 mutual friends, but you and I don't have any, we're probably gonna connect better, right? And so I would pick somebody that had, it depends on your following stuff, but I would say pick somebody that has 30, 50, 100 mutual friends. Start building that. And then,
Because they're gonna trust when they see that Justin and I have 4,800 friends together, or whatever that looks like. They're gonna trust, oh, okay, this is a good lead.
well, I won't even accept somebody if we don't have mutual
I
friends. Like, I have so many friends, we don't have one mutual friend, or we have 3. Like, who are you,
I'm gonna ask questions.
right? So as soon as Steph accepts my friend request, and you get a notification, I send her a personal message that says, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I'd like to get to know you. You wanna tell you something about yourself, or you want me to go first? And they're like, you first. I had like a pre-written script for certain things. And I was legit messaging anyone that accepted, trying to start a conversation. Anyone that responded to my birthday wish, start a conversation. And really, it was like, hey, let's get to know each other. Right?
Not go a date.
Hmm?
I've done that for so many years.
Kind of like a date, except I'm gonna buy my own coffee and you buy your own coffee. And,
I love it.
but that's how I would do it, is, be super intentional. Make some Facebook groups.
Question about that though.
Like mine has, it's called potential clients. So I went through my whole list of 5,000 people, and I knew like 500. That if we saw each other in the grocery store, that we would stop and talk to each other. And those are the people that get invited to my client events. And maybe they leave that group and I put new people, right? So if we met at some event, we could go into that group. That's how I would do it. Say, I'm gonna do it for an hour, I'm gonna do it for 2 hours. Depending on where you're at in your career, or if you have a job. But when I first started, I made it a point, had to be at the office at 9. And from 9 to 11, that's all I did. 5 days a week. And Facebook will shut you off, they'll make a Facebook joke because you message people too fast. I don't know, unlock you tomorrow. But if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer further. Anybody else have a question online? You're still on there.
So on here, I did have a question, but I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I can't hear you.
You can't?
Ask a question. Hold on. Let's see if it turned out.
Oh, yeah. We don't.
Thanks for. Hey, look. Okay, now Candy, ask your question.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you now. Thanks for texting.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you about Facebook. Like, I get requests all the time. I think I'm up to like 12,000 followers on my personal Facebook. But there's sometimes where I get like a Facebook request and it says you have like 19 or 20 mutual friends. And I look at their like just the little bit of information that they have on there because you're not their friend. I usually look at that, and then as soon as I accept them, it's like an MLMer and it sends you all the things, and then they start messaging you. How do you avoid that?
Avoid, I don't know. There's that nice button that says unfriend or block.
Yeah,
So-
I do that a lot too.
I would, I mean, I block several people a day. If they make bad comments on my page or troll, I'll just block them. But as far as avoiding that, I don't know. I think the only thing that I would worry about, that people that I talk to worry about, is if you're sharing something. Like you're putting pictures of your kid and you only want your family to see the picture of your kid. Something.
Oh, so you make it like a personal post, not open to the public.
Well, yeah, or you make a friend or a close friends and family Facebook page, right? So you have your regular, let's call it your regular page where you can be friends with whoever, and you only post pictures without your kids' faces. right?
Okay.
Put hearts over your kids' face, so.
No, I think you like have them like in the park and they're like running off,
Yeah,
maybe something like that.
right.
But yeah, it's weird. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting people on social media. And they just can say whatever they want because they live in their mom's basement.
And they're on Facebook to find friends, so.
Well, they're just, it's so anonymous, that they can be jerks. And, so I would just utilize the block button. That's my advice. Should we get into this? Because we've been talking for a while. Does anybody else have a question before we go? No? Okay, we're going. See, Steph, this is how you do it. You push the button and it goes
I push
through.
the button, I love it. Or I just talk.
So we talked social media, it's free. So, and you can reach, to me, I can reach more people than I can door knocking. I think door knocking is more effective because you're like in front of them. I just, I try and get my people, like I want my people that would like refer me. Instead of knocking, I've knocked on doors. I just try to do this. So they're gonna talk about how many things you should post today. So they want you to, this is like totally basic. They want you to like 10 posts a day. So I would like Steph's post, and then I would like Kayla's post. And Gidget's post, right? And then they want you to comment on 5 of those. It doesn't say of those, but we're gonna say of those people you like. Comment something that is 5 words or longer and ask a question. Don't
The
just-
emojis, so you respond with an emoji, that's doesn't count.
It's a response, so yeah.
You're saying commenting on someone's picture?
Yeah, well, you just said 5 words. Is
If
it
I
the
put,
word-
if I put a weird face on your picture and comment a weird face. Does that start a conversation?
I mean, good,
Maybe.
I'd
but
be like-
not as much
Not
as,
as-
hey, that's so cute, how are
Like
you
that,
doing?
that house you were talking about, what kind of tree was that?
I think it was when,
Right, but you responded. Because had I just put like a cool picture of a tree, you wouldn't have said anything, you just would've liked it. Then I message you and say, hey, that backyard is really cool. Like, what do you like to put in your backyard? And we start a conversation, so I comment. And you comment back, and then I'll message you. And try and start a conversation.
And if you put, instead of just thumbs up or liking it, if you love it, it will go further too. So,
Oh, so they're saying direct message, one of those, so essentially that's what I'm saying is. When they start to talk to you or respond to you. You can send them a direct message that says, something about like Steph's on vacation, what was the best part of Puerto Rico? Like, was the flight expensive? Did you take the whole family? When's your next trip? Like, down that path? Like, do you guys like to vacation? Do you guys live here local? Like, those kind of things. And then I go to a point where I'll say, hey, Steph, would you be offended if I put you on my invite list to my next, work event that I put on? It won't cost you anything. Nobody will be offended, so they'll say yeah. So then she will go in my potential client folder on Facebook, and then I just pull that up and message people.
and if you're inviting them to something like that, they're going to share your name. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you know what, this agent just invited me to the pumpkin patch, is that like,
Yeah, but then they're gonna come.
right?
Anybody have ahas from that? Okay, we're gonna keep going. You guys speak up. Yeah. So we talked, I said 70%, 20 and 30%, they're saying 80-20. I would make it more personal and slide in some business. And I would make your business page, I'm gonna actually, go off of it again. So. What are you interested in? What are the 5 things you're interested in life?
Top 5 things, mountain biking. Traveling. I would say investments. I like a lot of things outside, and so I have a lot of hobbies. I would say like trail running, camping, any along that wheelhouse.
Awesome.
Or you could put golf as one of those, actually.
Yeah, so I would say that you're gonna post travel. This is what you're gonna post. Travel, I'm gonna, if there's a bunch of adventure sports, that's a category. I'm gonna post real estate, so now you're a real estate agent, or will be. I have a girlfriend, so I'm gonna post her. If you want to.
And it's Mustang.
But I would pick five areas of your life. That's what you post all the time. So that's your. If I'm gonna follow you, it's one of those 5 things. And if you're posting recipes, I'm not into recipes. I'm gonna unfollow you if you post too many recipes, right? Like I will, like I don't wanna see that.
But you're okay if I make them and bring them to you?
But if you like
I'm
posting
just
mountain
teasing
bike
you,
stuff,
I'm just teasing you.
or if you post stuff about the gym, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
lean into that.
Yeah.
right? If you like cats, which I do not. Then you have another person like cats. You know, but I would pick 5 areas of life, one being real estate. Those are the 5 things you post about all the time.
There you go.
I guess I am on script.
You are.
I would be careful when you, post real estate stuff, saying, hey, I have a new listing. You don't think of like walking into a party or a room, and you're like, hey. I have a new listing in right over here.
Right over there.
I have a new listing. Right? So when you post, think if you're walking into a room of people. Nobody wants you to say, I have a new listing. I wanna say, I listed my friend Steph's house, she's moving here, and I make her the hero of the story that says. This is why I'm posting it, because I'm changing her life, helping her, so now you want me to help you. That make sense? You two are not engaging at all.
What would you?
80/50 head. They're online, at least she has a camera.
Go back.
This is still. Picture, okay.
Every business post award.
Everybody wanna see, when you have awards, I think I get the most attraction on awards. So like,
Define that.
like if you get,
If you were a capper, if
Yeah.
you were chosen as this, like I posted today, I posted a picture of going to Bold. That was like 3 months ago, and I never posted it, but I had the picture, and I'm like, I gotta post something. So I just posted, hey, I went through this high-end class, and, blah, 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 blah. I made a post about it. But if you get any kind of recognition from work, if you maybe get a testimonial, you might wanna put that up as part of that 20%.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything that they wanna say?
Killing it.
What time are we done? 7? Well, I better keep going. Yeah, I mean, we talked about like post and be engaged with things that you're interested in or want to be interested in. If I have no interest in fruit trees, we're gonna have to find something else to talk about, right? But if I'm interested in mountain biking, even if I don't own a mountain bike, I could ask you, what's the best mountain bike? What kind of bike do you ride? Right? And go down that path.
The other thing is,
The first to the last,
Huh?
post fire listing.
didn't you just make a statement?
Well, yeah,
So
he
post
did.
about listings, that doesn't mean I just post my listing.
About, you're telling about what you
Yeah.
have to offer.
So I'm just saying, if all you're doing is saying, I have this new list, I have this, new list, I have this new list, I'm doing this over now, I'm doing that. Cool, that's really nice that you're doing all that fun stuff. Like, I'm not engaging. So when you post about a new listing. Hey, I've got this great house. And it's close to the stream, who likes to fish? Like, who's all my fishermen in the room? Right, like, this is the start of the post. Hey, are you a fisherman? This one's right on the river. You step out your back. Or it's on the side of the mountain.
Common interests, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That was like, baby Jesus.
You.
But yeah, but just don't post me. I have this, and I have this, because it'll turn people off.
Yeah, one other thing I've done is my son wrestled. And so I wanted to be the known in that group. So I went and interviewed the coach. So tell me why you like this school, you know? So it wasn't coming from me, it was coming from him.
Yeah, if you have kids and you're not utilizing their sports to get business, or your girlfriend's work, or whatever, like, you're missing out.
A lot.
Because you should train your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids, whoever, how to listen for a real estate conversation, so they can say, oh, my sister Steph is a real estate agent, right?
I got a lot from like my kids from school, but I also, so I helped their teachers. Well, the teacher was teaching something about real estate and had mentioned it wrong. And Zach just nicely called her out and said, that's not true. And I can't even remember what the subject was. And she goes, yes, it is. And he goes, no. And he just told her, this is exactly how it is. Coming from a student in junior high, he was very like nice about it. And his teacher called me and she's like, I hear you're a real estate agent. I sold her house. So, it's just, use your kids. They're great support. Give them $50 after. I mean, don't tell them that, but.
So this one says when you post something, don't post and then Steph comments and never responds to it. Cause then she won't want to comment again because I didn't respond to the last one. And it's tough when you start getting a ton of comments and stuff to do.
You don't comment on them because you do have a lot of stuff going on. Like, put a heart on there and then later on, go to their page and comment on something on theirs. I've noticed that will engage too, and then you can make that conversation.
Be authentic, I think that's a good one. Video's super popular, especially right now, being right in front of the camera. I don't know what they're calling it. When it's,
Selfies.
but specifically a video of you talking. So they want to see your face, hear your voice, not be like this far away. They want you to be like talking to them. It's super popular right now. There's a gal out of California that teaches some social media stuff, and she recommends that you go like and comment 5 other people, 10 other people's thing, and then post, because it kind of wakes up the algorithm to say, pay attention to me. So that's There's a whole. Thing about it. But this should be super easy, but like if you're not. Like every day, this should be super easy. Like, comment, and then. I think this should be, especially for Brian, you should be messing up and. Plus people. Okay. To start conversation. Anybody have a? I'm just plugging along.
You're doing great.
I think we're getting to the end. What have I said that's changed your mind about social media? Anything yet?
You're almost there. You're doing great.
I would say the biggest thing is to try and get, is this the end? This. Yeah, see, I went right through the end. Oh, yeah, that's really. Somebody tell me what they're gonna do to. From what I said. Even you online, young lady.
Miss Candy.
I engage regularly, I just need to clean it up. And figure it out. I'm gonna go
So define this.
specific.
I want you to have like an action plan.
I do a lot of scrolling,
Uh-huh.
and I do scroll.
So we're not gonna do that.
And
We're
then-
gonna get on our desktop computer, not on our phone. Right?
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And then we're gonna have a plan and a timer. And do something, which is going to be defined. You're gonna say, I'm going to spend 20 minutes. Adding friends. And I'm gonna go to the school that I went to, the coffee shop that I like make
The
this.
school that I went to was in Michigan, so that's, see,
That's okay. You
How about-
refer to Michigan. You have agents there, you have agents all over the world.
How about the school that you live by? And all the soccer moms that walk in front of your house, right? So, Caleb,
I need to re-download social media, number one step.
Yep.
Second step would just be to start following people again, but intentionally this time.
Yeah.
Because I follow 65 people on Instagram. And less on Facebook. So, and it's because I just went through and I said, I don't need social media anymore. This was months ago. And so I honestly have a clean slate, which could be considered a good or a bad thing because I lost all of those connections that I had with people. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can't
yeah, sure.
reconnect with them. But now I can be intentional with the people that I decide to connect with.
When you go back
We'll
on.
start there.
Yeah.
And then I obviously haven't made a post in probably, I don't know, a year and a half or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'm going on a trip to Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, not Puerto Rico. So I can post about that. I can post about maybe when I get
Go
my
scuba diving.
license.
Have you been
Um,
scuba diving?
I went scuba diving in Punta Cana this summer.
I've been scuba diving in Costa Rica.
Yeah. Dude, yeah,
So-
Costa Rica in end of November. So,
Yeah, I think all good things, when you connect with someone, and you're like, hey, Steph, we went to school together. And I wanna intentionally connect with you, you can go on her Instagram and see who else she follows. That's what I would say is, do you know the top 10 people, are those one of your people? You can add yours. How about yourself?
I'm kind of more swayed away from social media, but like I was thinking possibly my personal Instagram being more active and like posting more about real estate and being more active on there. I do work out and do a lot of things, but I'm not really active on there, so maybe that will lead to something. And I recently just made a Facebook and a business page, so I want to do something more with that. But I'm kind of more like wanting to get my name out there first before I really mess with social media. I don't know. I'm just more like of a person that likes to talk to people and interact and go out more than like social media.
Alright,
So I feel like once I build my connections, I could, I don't know, refer them to social media and do something with that. That's kind of what I'm feeling with it right now.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own take on how social media works for you,
Yeah,
right? What I would maybe think about is, think about a fire hose, right? Like I can fire hose 500 or 1,000 people. At one time.
Yeah.
But I can only talk to 3 or 4 or 5 people at a party. Right? So I can share all of this. And I can still talk to these 5 people, or maybe get a couple people. But when you post something, you're engaging to the masses. And when you post,
Yeah.
people think, they feel like we're. I commented on your thing and then the comments back. It's weird to me that they feel like they have this full connection to where they feel like they know you.
so that's kind of why I was thinking of combining my personal Instagram actually with business, but keep it professional, if you get what I mean.
So I post, I'll just be transparent. I
Yeah.
post the same almost on all.
Okay.
So Instagram, personal and my business.
Yeah.
There's some things on my business I don't post, but I post on all 3 almost the same.
Okay,
So,
that's helpful.
I think the people that follow me like to see that I'm a single dad. And they like to see I go on a trip and they like to see this. And I sell real estate. So, is it Candy?
Candy, I know.
Candy,
Yes.
what's your takeaway?
That I need to finish my license so I can start my professional Facebook. I've started it, but I haven't opened it to the public yet or requested any friends or anything yet.
What if you took a picture of the book or the screen or whatever and said, hey, I'm learning all this stuff. Do you have any real estate questions that I can ask?
Yeah, I just have a lot of family in real estate, and so it's kind of
God had our
Oh.
own.
overkill right now. So I don't know, but yeah, I need to do something like that. Tomorrow I'm coming in, so I might do that.
Hey, wait, there's a whole lot of might and can, maybe.
I was gonna say that, but I don't know you very well, so,
Oh, I
Oh, you
know,
can throw me under the bus. It's fine.
so,
everybody in the room, I think, including myself, we have a plan.
Mhm.
We will be 10,000 times more likely than if we say maybe, thinking about. So when you're saying, hey, do I want to be in social media? Don't go into the deep end of it. Let's say this month, I'm going to do these, I'm gonna make an account. I'm gonna make 2 posts, or I'm gonna make something, and I'm committed. That would be my encouragement. Are these people too?
yes, that's Ron and Bridget.
Ron and Bridget, do you guys have anything? Ron looks like kind of a gangster in that photo.
I just appreciated
for
some
that.
guidance on how much and when to post.
Yeah.
How
Well-
much and when, is what she's asking.
Oh, you asked me a question?
No, I appreciate the information about it.
Okay,
That's what I heard.
I-
Steph was like, Ron, anything from you?
Yeah, I just wanted to appreciate the gangster complimentation there. I need to work on that portion of social media, specifically the business page. So I'm gonna dig into that and have a plan to work on it soon. For sure.
Sweet. If anybody has questions, feel free to reach out. You can call me. I might not follow you back on social media, personal. It's just, I don't want 1,000 real estate agents. I want people that wanna, like, I use social media to sell houses, not. So, it's like friends, but I want them to buy. So, thanks everyone. Hope you guys are killing it in the Ignite class. And that's it.
you did amazing.
Look at that, 1 minute early.
Thank you.
Those are amazing. Cool. Thanks for coming, guys. Did you guys get signed in? Yeah. Okay.
I did not get.
You should totally sign in. I bet they don't know that you were here.
I drove all the way